Hi, everybody. I bet you didn't expect me to be back so soon, just 2 days later after an almost 3-week break. Well, I didn't expect to be back so soon either. But Elena says hi. She didn't expect to be back so soon either. And once again, I had kind of rushed this. The creative process, you know, it just kind of has its own way of things. So I'm going to have 4 of my newly discovered songs and 5 ghazals and an excerpt from Francis Brabazon, Stay With God, and also another song of Francis Brabazon. But a word or two. First, I talked about on July 6th and then on July 10th, this weird, fluky thing that was happening. The second time it was a tropical storm, but the pictures I had here of Mera Baba, framed pictures with glass of Baba and Mera, and hand-painted photos, and smashed at some point during that period, smashed to the ground. The photo inside fell. Another one, and I had a lot of associations with it, which I mentioned in the last live stream. But the biggest one I forgot to mention. In the end, what I felt was that Baba is like a lion in a cage. He said as much. And what all of that meant to me was that Baba is now breaking free from the cage, literally from the glass, from the frame that contains him in our devotion, in our love, and is now stepping out to manifest his work in the world at this critical time of great need. So that's what I think that's all about, and I feel that's true, so it kind of jives. The other thing is the whimsicality. I want to talk about briefly the whimsicality of the creative process. 2 nights ago, I played a song that started out being called Rhodesia, which always felt uncomfortable. Yeah, as a name. And then I looked for other names, and I told you all that, and I finally I tried Flamingo, Rhodesia, like McCartney's Scrambled Eggs, ba-da-da-da-da-da, Scrambled Eggs, right? So finally I hit on Fantasia, which at least felt okay. And I sang it as what I had in mind when I wrote the black populations of Southern Africa when I wrote it back in '81. Oh my God. Hold on. Zeke, do you have a radio on? I don't know what this is all about, but there's some kind of a sound coming through. A song. All right, I can hear it, you probably can't. Anyway, but this morning I woke up and, well, the title that came at first was Sangria, like San Jose, you know, Saint Joseph. San Jose is Saint Joseph. So it was Sangria, da-da-da-da, but it sounds like Sangria, you know, and the association again. So I looked around and I tried Sangria, da-da-da-da-da-da, Sangria, and I found that Greya is a moth in the California area, that part of the country, and it. Sorry, I'm hearing all this music. Zeke, can you check if there's any chance there's something on? Maybe on this side. Anyway, it's a moth, and it lays its eggs on a flower called the Prairie star. And of course, you know, moths are very symbolic in spiritual poetry. The moth is the longing of the lover for the divine beloved, who is attracted like a moth to a flame. And the moth burns up its false identity, diving into the flame. So here's this moth that fertilizes, that has that lands on, has its eggs on the prairie star, and then travels to another rose and pollinates that one. The pollen sticks to it. So it seemed like a wonderful image. And then I got, sorry for all this stuff. So then I got what I was really singing about. It's a prayer for the United States right now. Our country, and if you're listening from around the world, you know this. Our country is now going through a very, 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 very dark night. And we are plummeting towards an abyss which no one seems to know how to stop or get out of. And what I realized, here's the creative process. This song given to me 40 years ago, almost 40 years ago, fits for now. It is the divine singing to we, the heart of this country, of all the people in this country, almost all, except for the psychopaths. What we are experiencing now, and there is no way we can stop it, but in calling out for divine assistance and aid, regardless of our path, regardless of whether we see the divine in Christian terms or Buddhist terms or Jewish terms or Muslim terms or Zoroastrian terms or Native American term, it does not really matter. We all know that thing that is within us and around us. And we can, yes, Elena, yes. And we can call on that. For me, it's calling on Mayor Baba. But we can call on that as one. Not as, I'm this path, you're that path, I'm this color, you're that race, you're this religion. As one. As manifestations of the one divine life. As the children, metaphorically speaking, of this God, by whatever term, even if you don't use the word God, it doesn't really make a difference. This consciousness. So that the ignorance is the separation. If we can join as one and call for help, I know from my own experience, many times over, if we ask, the assistance will be forthcoming. What are we going to do about this political maniac or that bizarre, hateful person or this twisting of national ideals? We're stuck. We want to go by all the ways we know and they're not working. If we ask for help, if we all of us who have the heart that has that knowledge, ask for help, I guarantee the help will come. The help will come. So anyway, this song, which I really was thinking about, Rhodesia and South Africa and all that, you know, it's not current anymore. What is current is what is happening here right now. So Sangria, the moth that has its babies on the Prairie star, the high ideal of the American dream. Huh? Sangria, Saint Moth. This is a divine singing to all of us, and I am hoping each and all of us will respond with a big yes. Sangria, Sangria, I love you one and all, I do, Sangria. I'll come if only you will call, Sangria. I'll be there anytime at all, Sangria. If you will only let me set you free, Sangria. I hear you crying in the night, Sangria. I feel your sorrow and your fright, Sangria. If you will let me set it right, Sangria, tomorrow's gonna be a brand new day, Sangria. I hear your babies cry, see their hopeless, helpless eyes. I feel your chains and yearning to breathe free. I hear the song unsung in the heart of everyone, and in my heart I know that you will see, Sangria. The sun will rise up in the sky, sangria, and love will shine from every eye, sangria. You'll know the truth and so will I, sangria, if you will only let me set you free, sangria. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, sangria. Da-da-da-da-da, sangria. Da-da-da-da-da, sangria. If you will only let me set you free, sangria. I hear your babies cry, see their hopeless, helpless eyes. I feel your chains and yearning to breathe free. I hear the song unsung in the hearts of everyone, and in my heart I know that you will see, sangria. I love you all in all I do, sangria. I'll come if only you will call, sangria. I'll be there anytime at all, sangria. If you will only let me set you free, sangria. Ba-da-da-da-da, sangria. Ba-da-da-da-da, sangria. Ba-da-da-da-da, sangria. Ba-da-da-da-da, sangria. Sweet girl wanted to kiss my hand while I was playing because she loves the song. She has a heart that tunes in to truths like this. Yes, indeed. Sure. Thank you. So, I'm going to do, it's just a few songs today, certainly nothing like 2 nights ago. There'll be 2 songs, two set songs, and at the end I will do a reprise of Sangria, because that's Sangria. Because that's really what I want us to recall. Okay, this is from Francis Brabazon's book, The East-West Gathering. About a gathering that Mayor Baba called people to come in 1962. And he's talking about, it's kind of a metaphor as the divine hunter inviting us to come with him on the hunt to find the fox of our soul. It's called You Ken the Call. The break of day, and your young heart so strong and gay. It is Baba calling, don't delay, for I'm off a hunt this morning. I will take 2 or 3 and maybe a score, or perhaps 21 or a lot more. For I love young hearts that are brave and broad. I'm gonna come hunting this morning. Woo! Ha ha ha. We will hunt for a fox, the fox of your soul, that's hiding in the scrub or in the dark hole. We won't give up till we reach the goal of that hunting on this fine morning. Woo! Wow, 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 wow. Now he plays a note on his golden blooming horn, the same as rang out on the first most morning, from which the whole blooming world was born, when Mama went hunting that morning. Ooh, yeah, So lads and girls, don't dally and delay. The huntsman's come and he won't for long stay. See him in his bright pink coat so gay, and he's going a hunting this morning. And he's going a hunting this morning. And he's going a hunting this morning. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come for the flocks of your soul that's hiding in the scrub or in a dark, dark hole. A lesson for us all musicians: always have an extra pick on your neck. One went flying, but the other was handy. Excuse me. Okay, so next up I am going to read a little bit more from Francis Brabazon's epic poem of love, Stay with God. And this would be stanzas. I've numbered the stanzas, they don't have numbers. But from book 1, stanzas 123 to 133. Okay, 123. Here we go. Sunday and moon month, time our master, and the master's slave had now crept in decrepitude at his blessed feet, honoring him for 28 years. Since the establishment of his perfection, and as the avatar of God had begun to draw to him his disciples, calling on them in their hearts where he eternally dwells, to awaken, for now was the time again for service. Moon night and sun day, sleep time and waking, seclusion of unconsciousness, and coming forth again to loves and hopes. But the saints reverse this. Day is separation, and night the time of love. The tears of the day are the pearls of men's dreams. The sighs of the night is the saint's road to God. And God too has a night and a day. Night of beyond the beyond, and day of creation and sustaining and destroying what he creates. On Kailas, Shiva endlessly enjoys his existence knowledge bliss. At Chidambaram, he dances the world into being and gloriously sustains it. And in the burning grounds, fired by Agni Hephaestus, he destroys it. The act of creation presumes the preservation of what is created. Handle thy fragile pot carefully, O potter, and do not spill ink on your precious poem, poet. The act of preserving assumes destruction. God alone knows what I am trying to say. Read God Speaks on it. That's Mayor Bob's book. God alone knows what any of us are trying to say. His dance has brought confusion upon us. We are intoxicated by the movement of it. Would that we were drunk by his beauty. Then would our hearts be Chidambaram and the burning ground of our desires. Shiva Baba, Shiva Baba. We have caught a ray from your eyes' light. Send fire to burn out the dead stump of our life's tree. If we are not willing to be consumed by your love, how can we lay down our lives for you? We are trapped in a 9-gated house surrounded by bushfires. Across the valley on the shore of the lake is the city of spirit, crowned by my father's mansion. Towering in grandeur beyond this is Kailas itself, where my ineffable Lord Baba has his home. Yet, Yet he wandereth the city streets, peering in every doorway, looking for me. Nay, fool, look! He subdueth the fires on the hillside around my wretched shack. With the water of his tears, he quenches a pathway for my feet. Most copious are his tears, the tears of each one who weeps. Ganja herself falling from heaven and coursing down his cheeks, and filling the 5 oceans, a man of sorrows. It is his sigh that fills the reed flute of each heart, causing the sweet music of lips and eyes and children's dancing. Krishna, Jesus, Baba, where your feet have trod on this earth and the plains through heaven, plant thou my feet and bring me home, but not before your work is done. Moon, night, and Sunday, and a night and a day has God as avatar. Night of light and bliss in withdrawal, day of descent, in which nights and days alternate in seclusion and activity. Baba's first seclusion was for 9 months, after Brabazon had unveiled him. The world was not, only he was, as in his beyond. But in that he had slept, but now he was awake. He was awake, but he worked not, because there was nowhere in which to work. After Maharaj, Upasani Maharaj, had brought him down and told him, "You are the avatar," he secluded himself again, this time for work of calling his disciples, renewing their loves for him, fitting them for the field of the world. For the next 28 years, he alternated work in seclusion and work in action. Seclusion at Mehrabad, Merazad, Anjiras Hill, from which he emerged drawn and haggard and told a disciple that 3/4 of the world would be destroyed, and many other places. Baba now entered his great seclusion of 40 days, curtain between 2 acts of old life and new life, curtain of author-actor writing into the original sketch plan the detailed parts of the next act. The 40 days divided into 9 days, during which 21 poor and 7 men were brought to him, 9 days, during which the work to be done was done, fasting all the time. Quote, "No one knows except myself and God what I went through during those 9 days." Unquote. 6 days of partial relaxation and some solid food taken. Shift of residence in closed car to Pune for 9 days and work. For 9 days and work with musts, his men scouring the roads and bringing them to him. And back in Merazad for final 7 days. The old life act finished and established in potentiality of being in the hearts of the audience. The supreme actor, God himself, Lord Baba, stepped lightly and radiantly onto the stage for the next act of utter helplessness and hopelessness. The Great Seclusion was from 22nd June to 31st July 49. On August 15th, Baba called the disciples together and told them of the new life he was beginning on October 16th, a life of homeless helplessness on the roads, and invited whomso would follow him, warning them to consider it carefully. There would be no return, and himself helpless to help them. For now, he who had been greatest would become least. He who had been the highest of the high would be the lowest of the low. And the next section resumes with discussing that new life phase. Ooh. All right. Let's see. My pages have disappeared here. There we are. 2 songs. Okay. Excuse me. This is one of those that I found from my 1981 copyright tape. I think it was 81. No, it could have been. See, I'm not sure who I wrote it about. I'm guessing if it's who I'm guessing it was, that would be someone I didn't even meet until early '82. So this might have been from '82. But in any event, the song lives beyond the memory. It's called "I've Got a Friend." I want to just change the key. So wish me luck on getting all the chords right. I've got a friend, she doesn't mean to be. I've got a friend who shows me all I hide from my eyes. Don't know why she does. Oh, I've got a friend who shares the now with me. I've got a friend who tries to hide all the pain inside from a love that's gone, and she won't let go. Oh, 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 does she know all the things she's shown me? Oh, 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 just let go of the pain. No, don't hide it, just confide it. You find it's not the same. And I know, I've got a friend, she means the world to me. I've got a friend, and I sing it loud in the midst of the crowd. She's the one who's helped me grow. And I want to let her know. Does she know all the things she's shown me? Oh, just let go of the pain. No, don't hide it, just confide it. You find it's not the same. I got a friend, she means the world to me. I got a friend, and I sing it loud in the midst of the crowd. She's the one who's helped me grow. And I wanna let her know. That was a rare, it is, I'm sure it has to be that person. It was the rare experience of having a real friendship with a very beautiful woman and it not going anyplace else. I remember looking at our composite charts, and there was Saturn and Saturn, and it was meant to be just what it was. And it was a quite wonderful friendship, and still remains. We haven't seen each other but one occasion for decades, but it's a friendship, good friendship. Okay, so this is the second song, before I'll read some of my ghazals and then we'll finish off. This was also from '81. Morning streams, the day begins, the sunrise in the sky, and all around you hear the sound of singing. Do you want to sing with me? Do you want to sing with me? You can sing with me if you want to sing with me. You were already doing it and I interrupted you. Okay, sorry. This is called Is This the Way It Is? Morning streams, the day begins, the sunrise in the sky, and all around you hear the sound of singing. The end of dreams, the morning beams, life goes on again, and everyone can feel the love he's bringing. Is this the way it is? I can't believe it could be any other way. Is this the way it is, or just the way it will be someday? To the table, to the street, and to the world again, and all the people that you meet are laughing. Then to your work and to your bench to make your life complete. What a way, the sweet time to be passing. Is this the way it is? I can't believe it could be any other way. Is this the way it is, or just the way it will be someday? Is this the way it is? I can't believe it could be any other way. Is this the way it is, or just the way it will be someday? Then home again, where your friends and family are meeting, to sing a prayer and share a smile in greeting. Then back to sleep, the world will keep, another day is over. The nightshade falls, the coyote calls his brother. Is this the way it is? I can't believe it could be any other way. Is this the way it is, or just the way it will be someday? Is this the way it is? I can't believe it could be any other way. Is this the way it is, or just the way it will be someday? Oh, 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 someday, someday, someday. Is this the way it is, or just the way it is, or just the way it is? But it will be someday. Okay. Now, I got 5 of my ghazals from this book of mine, 424 Ways to Find Your Lover. Each one of them is a ghazal. And of course it refers to the divine lover within each one of us, who is always internally singing the song of love for the divine beloved. So this is, I'm going to read ghazals 116 to 120. Thank you, darling. And as usual, I haven't really read these since I published this 12 years ago. So it will be mostly a surprise. I glanced at the titles. Ghazal 116. Let's see how they are. 116, a bright yellow canary. So let me take the challenge. See something bright and beautiful, like a bright yellow canary. Her multicolored vibrancy really speaks to the joy in me. I see her freely flying, then sitting on her perch and flapping, and I'm buying. Yellow is such an amazing color, especially on feathers. And when the sun is shining like this in nearly perfect weather, what a gift of grace. pointless imagining, not to attain a goal, but just for inner voyaging. In a real voyage, one need not travel anywhere, but only enjoy a bright yellow canary flying up. Yes. In a real voyage, one need not travel anywhere, but only enjoy a bright yellow canary flying high up in the air. Sitting within myself, I let the journey fly to me and bless it with my attention, this bright yellow canary. I like that one. This next one is Ghazal 117. I remember this title, Felons of the Heart. Could it be, can there be so many felons of the heart in me? Every Hitler that I see is holding a place inside of me. Every disgusting trait I view is more in me than it is in you. This seems almost too much to bear. I want to believe I'm a man who cares. Condemning them and condemning me and perpetuating an evil reality? Oh God, say if this is so, that I at last may really know, and so find a way to release the beast with love, that life may be increased. Woo! Ghazal 117, Felons of the Heart. And of course, I was thinking about a line, a comment attributed to Mother Teresa of Calcutta, when someone kind of gauchely, really, gauche, it's not a word I use, gauche, but, you know, kind of obtusely, let's say, asked her when she had become a saint. And she answered promptly, when I discovered Hitler within my own heart. And of course, she grew up in Yugoslavia during the war years, so that's a powerful, profound statement, which certainly has some applications for us here in America these days. To the extent that we condemn rather than love, we sustain the evil that we see without. And love, of course, will lead us back to the kind of prayer for resolution that I was talking about at the beginning of this live stream. So anyway, the next one is Ghazal 118, The Magician's Secret. The artist of God takes us all on a magical mystery tour. Roll up, for the bus is right outside your door. It's painted in colors like a hippie contrivance, but it flies on pure spirit without connivance. It's helpful if the magician stays in the background while he creates and plays. But he may also take the tour of truth to learn. There is always more. The one appears in so many places, uniquely, with so many faces. Every trick reveals a universe so free, though I never knew it existed till I found it inside of me. And here's the magician's secret. He wears his clothes all inside out by taking the journey outside in. It's a complicated line. And here's the magician's secret. He wears his clothes all inside out. He shows us what's on the inside of him, of the divine. Here's the magician's secret. He wears his clothes all inside out. By taking the journey outside in, we discover what it's all about. The magician's secret, Ghazal 118. Now this one, I only saw the first line, but it refers to Santo Loquasto. I don't know much about this man whose name was Santo Loquasto personally, but I did attend some performances of Shakespeare in the Park in the early 70s, and he was the stage designer. He designed the stage and the scenery, and he had a wonderful, expansive, flamboyant sense about his sets. They were really just so welcoming for the play, Shakespeare play, that they were expressing. But me, I just kind of liked, with knowing all that, his name, Santo Loquasto, like the saint who is loquacious, who has a lot to say with his art. I don't know if that's related to this, but he's in the first line. You have something to say? Are you like Santo Loquasto? I'm listening. Okay. This is called, Ghazal 119 is called Blind Man's Bluff. My son, oh, he's the inner stage designer of my life, within me. That's the metaphor here, I think. Blind Man's Bluff. My Santo Loquasto does it again. He makes the set while I'm sleeping. So I walk out upon a stage which from my own dark thoughts came creeping. I'll read that again. My Santo Loquasto does it again. He makes the set while I'm sleeping. So I walk out upon the stage which from my own dark thoughts came creeping. Dark, not because they are bad, but simply because they are hidden, until they form before my eyes, as if unbidden. I've really got to stop this game, this blind man's bluff, devising my scenarios in secret, then announcing, behold the stuff. I'd like a bit more conscious participation in the planning of the vast scenario my life will be spanning. Most of all, I'd like to get at all the secret codes embedded when I was a child and change them, and then see what the future holds. Lena gets to comment. Okay. I can dream of the future while clutching the past. Okay. I can dream of the future while clutching the past, or stand in the present and arrange for a cast of thousands toiling through the night to make the life I choose, unveiling the wizard behind the curtain, bringing light to a life I can use. I can dream of the future while clutching the past, or stand in the present and arrange for a cast of thousands toiling through the night to make the life I choose, unveiling the wizard behind the curtain, bringing light to a life I can use. Okay, Blind Man's Bluff. I like this one. And here's the Bailey trap. And again, I know from the first two words, Mr. DeMartini, and the title Bailey, that somehow there's an allusion here to It's a Wonderful Life. Harry Bailey, and George Bailey, James Stewart played in that wonderful movie, and the Martini family, that he helped them build a house, and he opened a restaurant. Anyway, so I don't know what's coming next, but I know that's what's being alluded to here. Ghazal 120, the Bailey Trap. Mr. DeMartini opened a fine family inn, thanks to the help of George Bailey, a chance to begin. He wasn't serving food and ale, but love and wine, passed on from the Bailey tap, and flowing just fine. To say the Bailey tap, of course, is just God's gracious game. The place we tap into, he calls by our name. Almost as if to say, this is the Paterniti ocean. While the galaxies spinning through endless space still move only by divine motion. Yes, Elena, absolutely. And yet, there is a holy rationale, as when then candidate. And yet, this is one of my funny lines, cute lines, probably the worst in the ghazal. And yet, there is a holy rationale, as when then candidate Gore declared, "You can call me Al." For the name of God is not confined to infinite spaces, but also abides, though never hides, in the most minutest places. The macrocosm God is also the microcosm me. For the one who's known as all-inclusive, how else could it be? That's the Bailey Trap, my ghazal 120. And I would just like to finish. I love that one. These are surprises for me. You know, they come through. They came through quickly. They were written, quickly edited, and then that was that. But I want to end this with the way I began, with this one song, this one prayer, that we will take this dark night that this country is plunging into right now, and let's not pretend it's anything other than what it is. It's an overthrow of all the good and all the beautiful. And we seemingly can't do a thing about it. But the divine can. By whatever name, by whatever path, by whatever instinct or intuition or feeling or sense of things you approach it. If we join as one and simply ask for help, trusting it will come. It will come. And this is the song I think that divine is singing right now to each and all of us in this country and the world, but especially what's going on here. Sun Greya, I love you one and all, I do, Sun Greya. I'll come if only you will call, Sun Greya. I'll be there anytime at all, Sun Greya. If you will only let me set you free, Sun Greya. I hear you crying in the night, Sun Greya. I feel your sorrow and your fright, Sun Greya. If you will let me set it right, Sun Greya. Tomorrow's gonna be a brand new day, Sun Greya. I hear your babies cry, see their hopeless, helpless eyes. I feel your chains and yearning to breathe free. I hear the song unsung in the heart of everyone, and in my heart I know that you will see, Sun Greya. The sun will rise up in the sky, Sun Greya, and love will shine from every eye, Sun Greya. You'll know the truth and so will I, Sun Greya. If you will only let me set you free, Sun Greya. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, Sun Greya. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, Sun Greya. Ra-da-da-da, Sun Greya. You will only let me set you free, Sun Greya. I hear your babies cry, see their hopeless, helpless eyes. I feel your chains and yearning to be free, yes. I hear the song unsung in the heart of everyone, and in my heart I know that you will see, Sun Greya. I love you one and all, I do, Sun Greya. I'll come if only you will call Sangria. I'll be there anytime at all, Sangria. If you will only let me set you free, Sangria. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, Sangria. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, Sangria. Ba-da-da-da-da, Sangria. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, Sangria. Once again, as always, I want to say hi to whoever I see on the screen on the other side there. Hold on. Margarita, hello. I'm so happy you're here. Well, they're only showing me who stayed till the end, I think. So that must mean you. God bless. It's so good to see you. And thank you for coming. Thank you for everyone who will come to see this or who's already seen it. And God bless. I'll be back when I'm back. I hope to do these once a week. But last time it was almost 3 weeks. Today it was 2 days. So God willing, I'll see you in about a week again. Bye-bye. And it is now 11 p.m.